Hey everybody, Adam Savage here, and today in partnership with our friends at Threatlocker, we are taking another look at malicious devices hiding in plain sight. They have brought to the cave examples of compromised hardware that they've encountered in the field, and we're going to get a look and a demonstration of how they actually work. Last time we did a video, we were talking about the threat vector of USB drives and just how much nefarious stuff they can pack into such an innocuous thing. But now you guys have come back with a different threat vector that's even hiding more in plain sight.
Absolutely. So we're going to talk about keyboards, we're going to talk about cameras, and we're going to use the OMG cable to make that camera start recording you on a continuous loop.
So this is just a cable, isn't it?
This is a phone charger. So
this is a phone charger, and how does this give you access to the camera?
So this here has a Wi-Fi antenna built into it. It has a keyboard built into it. So we can pretty much do anything on a computer that this is plugged into as if we were at the computer. It comes in different colors, shapes, sizes, can look like an iPhone cable. It will actually charge your phone, so it functions fully.
So bad actors can create a cable that looks completely innocuous, but has a working computer inside that only wants to compromise me and all my data.
Yes, and it will charge your phone, it will function. So if they switch your phone cable, you would never know any difference.
This is why I consider it a reasonable practice. I never plug my phone into anybody else's charging cable. Is that a good security practice?
That's a really good practice. Just make sure you treat your phone cable like it's sacred, because if someone comes and just swaps it.
But it actually works great for me because my phone cable is Apple and it's white and it's filthy. And
yeah,
it can only be mine.
Yeah, that's what you want to keep it really, really dirty. If suddenly your cable gets clean one day, throw it away.
Okay, so talk to me about how this threat vector works.
Okay, so this is basically a keyboard. Looks like a regular keyboard, branded. They come in different models, but when we plug this in, this essentially will log all keys, and it has the same thing, a wireless antenna built into it. So
into the cable.
Into the cable or into the keyboard.
Right.
So once I plug this in, Kieran could connect to this and capture my keystrokes from sitting outside the office.
Okay, so IT departments are famously cranky about you bringing in your own hardware. This is the greatest argument they have about why that's bad.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is that you could bring a keyboard from home,
plug it in, and it could have hidden antenna built into it that allows somebody to see all your keystrokes. Or if you want to be a really sophisticated attacker, and we think about most businesses, a sophisticated attacker isn't going to go mail them a $150 keyboard. It's not that nice.
And hope they plug it in.
However, when you think about someone who's trying to get into, say, big companies like Tesla, they're willing to do a lot more because the reward is much bigger.
Right.
And there was a story where someone had offered a Tesla employee $500,000 to plug in a USB device. So if you think they're willing to offer that, just think how hard it would be to intercept a delivery and switch the keyboard out.
Not that hard at all.
No. If you're willing,
that one through. No.
If you wanted to pay, if you were willing to pay someone $500,000, it doesn't seem like it's particularly difficult to switch somebody's keyboard out. And this will give you full visibility of everything they're typing on their computer.
Can we watch that happen?
Can we watch this happen?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to plug this one in.
Oh my God, this is terrifying. We don't think of keyboards as that famous way into your data.
Okay, and essentially what Kieran's going to do is he's going to connect to this as if it's a Wi-Fi device. So he can see this here.
So he could be the threat actor in another building next door, just taking a look at what this is telling him.
So we can see here, so I can say, comes up.
No way. Oh my gosh. What possible protection is there against a device like this?
It really comes back down to, we have to assume the user is going to be compromised. So obviously normal protections are making sure you source things and you know where it comes from, but we have to assume the device or the password, the thing the user knows, is compromised. So it comes back down to knowing the password shouldn't be enough. So if I logged into my Office 365 account from here right now, Kieran would have my password, but he would not be able to get into my account from anywhere else in the world because he wouldn't have one of my devices.
Gotcha.
And that, it comes back down to zero trust. Make sure we're validating the computer and the phone, because there are always going to be ways that the user will give you their password, their credentials, maybe through shipping you a keyboard, but maybe just calling you and saying you're in the IT department, can I get your password?
So this is the polar opposite of security through obscurity, where you just hope that you're not very interesting to a bad actor. This is making the assumption that every device you're going to plug in is somehow going to compromise you and working around that with permissions.
Absolutely. Every device, every piece of software you run, whether you download a game, whether you're running Zoom. I mean, think about all of the cyber attacks we've seen with common software, Microsoft Office, Exchange, SolarWinds, Zoom. All of these have had massive vulnerabilities. So when you build your security assuming that you have a bad actor already in or accessible to some of your system, then you win, because it means, yes, they get something, but they can't get any more than that.
This just occurred to me while you were talking, because I realized that actually being a security company, you are a very highly, I would imagine, a highly valued target for bad actors.
Absolutely. We're terrified of this stuff.
And so I'm just curious about your level of comfort. Like, you build this stuff. Are you up every night worrying about bad actors coming at you guys?
So I'm up every night regardless.
Okay, fair.
So I think what we do is make sure that everything has checks and balances. So one of the things that scares me is there was another Florida security company that hired a North Korean spy by mistake. So we are very conscious about, okay, even we hire people, how much data do they have access to? How far can they go with that data? Where, if they write code, who's reviewing that code? Who's checking that? For example, when we do an update, it gets validated by 3 separate departments before it can be pushed out.
Oh, wow.
So we have to have those checks and balances, because we have to assume, I mean, we're obviously a big target. We're protecting federal government, international airports, lots of critical infrastructure. So we would be a very, very big target. So we have to really be vigilant, but we also have to assume that everybody in the company is compromised.
Wow.
And there has to be a check and balance for what they do.
Okay, so you showed me some keystrokes being logged right away, but you promised me access to a webcam.
Okay, so let's get access to a webcam. So I'm going to switch out this keyboard. I think we're done with this one. And we're going to plug in.
Do you, like, when you're traveling around with that stuff, do you ever, like, some of the stuff is compromised? Do you have some secret UV symbol on it so you know which stuff is
That's
bad?
why we're using the black cable, not the white cable.
Okay. Like black hat hacking and white hat hacking.
Yeah, so, because the white cables are what we use to charge our phones, the black cables are the bad ones. However, some of these devices cannot cross into Canada. And I was in the Middle East with some of them, and I was like, am I allowed this in this country? And the guy was like, no, this is not legal here. And I was like, Alexander, you can fly that home. So I'm going to plug this one in now. Again, I can charge my phone. It's a real...
But you haven't plugged anything into this cable.
It's literally just plugged in so I can charge my phone. It's now presented as a Wi-Fi for Kieran.
Oh my gosh.
And in a few moments, he'll be able to connect to it. And
this looks like the most unthreatening thing in the world, is a cable not plugged into anything on the other side. And yet here it is.
And what Kieran's going to do now is literally send a payload, same way we did before with the USB device. But now it's just, I'm not touching anything, just wirelessly.
What? There it goes.
And I can have payloads saved, or I can type them and make them at any time, completely remote.
Terrifying.
And this is a really high use in things like hospitals, because you go into an office, you can plug something in. Hospitals are high targets for ransomware.
Tons of Bluetooth going on.
Tons of Bluetooth. Computers often left unattended. Patients left in rooms. You leave one of these in there, and you can go in 2 hours later. And of course, they're more likely to pay ransoms because you're stealing customer data.
Oh, God, that's terrible. Yes, because every computer has access to all of this patient information.
Yes.
Oh, my gosh.
So we see here now, again, we've left it on the screen so you can see it, but we can drag it out of the way. This camera is now recording you.
Really?
And it's uploading to our Google.
And there's no light. I don't see any indication that it's recording.
No indication whatsoever. And we have here, every 10 seconds, it'll upload that video to our Google bucket. I can download it here.
Oh, let's watch.
Again, we're using Google because Google's less likely to trigger.
What?
Bluetooth going on.
That's absolutely...
I think you're going to be sweeping this place when we leave.
Dude!
And we can make it persistent as well, just like the other scripts that we have with the screenshotting. So your camera is set up on your computer.
Yeah.
You come back, you log in the morning. I just get a full video. I can even pair that with the screenshot. So I can get a screenshot of your computer every 10 seconds and the video along with it.
Oh my gosh. What do you say to you? Like, you're at a holiday dinner, you're talking to your grandmother, you're telling her about what you're doing, and she says, it sounds like the world is a super dangerous place. How do you manage? Like, what do you tell her?
At this point, the question that normally comes up is my data stolen? So your data's already gone. Don't worry about it. It's already been stolen.
Everyone knows your credentials.
Everyone knows your medical records. Everyone knows your credit. Just lock. I just say, just lock your credit report and accept the fact that everyone knows every time we went to the doctor. That's kind of like as an individual, because the problem is as individuals, we rely on businesses. I can talk to businesses and I can help businesses make sure they don't get destroyed. But you go to a car dealership, you buy a car, you don't really have any choice as to how they process your treat your data. You go to the hospital, you give them your medical records, you don't have any choice. So I will say to people, individuals, I'll say just lock your credit report, unlock it when you want to get credit, monitor your credit, and just accept that every time you've been to the doctor, the whole world knows about it. Wow. Most people put it on Facebook now anyway, so.
And the method you guys bring to your clients is a zero trust environment where you are always assuming that every ingress into the computer is a vector for something bad.
Yeah, and just make it harder. Like in this case, why would PowerShell need to reach out to the internet? Just don't let PowerShell reach out to the internet. and look, it's still taking the pictures, but it can't upload them. And that's the difference between, hey, you actually delivered a payload, but it's useless, or you delivered a payload and now you've got a video of me scratching my face all day long, which is really not that interesting.
Enjoy that.
Yeah.
Now, you said that smaller companies were being more highly targeted for ransomware than giant organizations. That seems like a new development over the last few years.
Yeah, I think since 2017, it really exploded and it's just got worse and worse and worse. The payments are getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And quite often, the bigger companies are starting to be sophisticated enough that they're implementing zero trust controls. They're putting things on their network. So it's getting harder and harder to target them. Smaller companies have this mentality that who would care about my stuff?
Right. I'm just a tire repair shop. Right?
Yeah, but what they don't realize is you care about it. So if they can take your systems offline, encrypt your databases, upload your customer data, you're willing to pay. And sometimes it's, you'll pay me $20,000 and sometimes it'll pay me $500,000 or $1 million.
Whatever they think they can get.
They'll take your financial information and then use that to estimate how much they can steal from you.
Pig butchering. They're just going to get everything.
So, and the first things I'll look at when they get in there is find the cyber insurance policy and find out how much you have in your bank account.
Oh, no way.
So once they know those two things, they can come in and you'll literally see, if you see the negotiations with these hackers to get your data back, you'll see, oh, we don't have much money. And they'll just send back your bank statement and say, yes, you do.
That's terrible.
So, yes, you do. We're only asking for 300,000. You have $1 million in your bank. And they'll just apply with that.
It's a whole business. It really is. They run it just like a business.
They run it just like an actual business.
Yeah.
And I think the report I saw yesterday was $1.5 trillion, the cost of cybercrime.
It's currently going.
Yeah.
And it's only rising.
It's only rising. Every year it rises over and over again. And these are some of the cool tools, but it's, again, we're just using a computer here.
But my takeaway from this is the frame, why would I be interesting to a bad actor, is one we should all remove from our brains.
Again, it comes down to one employee, one user doing that, and then you've got access to this.
And you only need one to get into the, oh my God, that's terrifying.
You got 10 employees, you'll probably get 3. That's the reality of it.
Right.
I mean, we're a cybersecurity company. We do training with our users every single month, and our users still fall for those scams.
So you guys do pen testing, penetration testing, and phishing for your clients?
So we do penetration testing on our own infrastructure.
Gotcha.
So, because we have to, it's part of our compliance, but I feel like it's a waste sometimes because we say, look, you got phished, go through training, and then next month they get phished again. So then we just take away all their access so they can only access exactly what they need and nothing else. And we accept
and then they're safe.
And then
so you're eliminating choice.
Yes.
Remove the human element as much as possible.
Right.
And at the end of the day, most people need to come into their office, open the browser, go into Zoom, open their finance software. They don't need to be able to do all these things. They don't need to be able to upload things in PowerShell.
It's funny. I think of my computer, I think of my laptop, because I've had one since 1993. I think of it like a Swiss Army knife. But I realize that's a poor frame to think about it in, because every tool that it can use is a vulnerability.
Absolutely.
Wow. You guys have really reset my head on this. Thank you for taking nefarious screenshots and
We
sending
should probably
them to
stop
me.
that recording now.
Guys, you really reset my head on this. Thank you for this terrifying education. I really appreciate
Thank you.
it.